From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning with a lot of big questions. $1,400 third stimulus checks were to land in your bank account yesterday, March 24th. The IRS had said through Treasury on Monday this week that a second wave of stimulus checks would land by direct deposit on March 24th. And that if they did not land by March 24th, then away we go to paper check. They would be landing by paper check thereafter. That was Monday. On Monday, yesterday, on March 24th, paper stimulus checks did not land by direct deposit. The hundreds of thousands of viewers of this channel looked and saw no stimulus check land by March 24th in direct deposit accounts. 5 minutes before the close of the day of banking hours on the East Coast, this hit. A video from the White House with the Treasury Secretary, the department responsible to send out your stimulus checks by direct deposit on March 24th. Her message? Shocking. A reversal. A new timeline. Not what she had said only a few days earlier. Suddenly, the message was totally different. What did she say? And why is it leaving the situation so confusing? Elsewhere, the White House is also under fire from who else but a Democrat, Richard Neal, one of the most important people in passing the stimulus package, writing a letter about the failure of Treasury to deliver the stimulus checks. What is his message? I have that letter as well. Elsewhere, the president deals with other big scandals and the questions involving several states that don't want his infrastructure and his forced stimulus package. Is he going to raise taxes to get your stimulus out the door? And it would be everything from inheritance taxes more? Meantime, a new video from Bernie Sanders urging stimulus to get passed, but not the stimulus of this president. What's going on? I have all the breaking details as Early Mornings LA gets underway right now. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. I'm here, you're here, but for hundreds of thousands of viewers, nearly 600 to 1 million viewers yesterday on this channel, no stimulus check showed up. What happened? Did your stimulus check show up yesterday? Did it show up today? Drop in the comments right now which bank you bank at, and if you got it or if you didn't get it. Drop in the comments right now. But I think I have a feeling what your comment's going to be. I'll get to that in a second. But first, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You're going to see throughout the day, and if you did not see it yesterday, how this channel is on top of every single word from this White House and why the words are not actually lining up at the moment. Also, like this video. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The opening question is an obvious one. Did you get it or did you not get it? The likely answer is you did not get it. Yesterday, I was live throughout the day. Asked viewers, did you get it? And the answer was unanimously no. This channel yesterday did somewhere between 500,000 to 1 million views. And of those viewers, how many got stimulus checks yesterday? About 100 to 200 people. Out of over 500,000 to 1 million views yesterday. That is it. So what happened? And which banks paid out? These are the banks that paid out those few checks to the viewers of this channel. They were PNC Wells Bank, U.S. Bank, also Chase, Direct Express, Green Dot, Citizens Bank, Bank America, H&R Block, Wells Fargo, Regions Bank, and TD Bank. Now, understand, 500,000 to 1 million views yesterday and only about 100 to 200 checks? That's not a good number. Then I also asked viewers, how many of you are on benefits and how many are not on benefits? About 70% of the viewers were on benefits and 30% not on benefits. So we had people on both walks of life not getting stimulus checks. Then I also asked, did you file tax returns or are you a non-filer? About 60% non-filer, 40% filer. Also not getting stimulus checks. So we had every walk of life of every type of person not getting stimulus checks yesterday. What went on? What happened? This is the surprising development. It's this video which surprised everyone, including viewers, just shocked when they saw it late yesterday on this channel. And the video hit really in the last 30 minutes before the close of banking hours on March 24th. In the last 30 minutes before the stimulus check could appear on March 24th, this video circulated. Where did the video come from? The White House. More about that in a second, but let me give you the lead up till you hear that video. This is what Treasury said 2 weeks ago. Stimulus checks are going out by direct deposit March 17th. You'll get it on St. Patrick's Day. Didn't get it. We had that long list. This is a long list that did pay some viewers, but other viewers didn't get it. These are the banks that paid on St. Patrick's Day. Citizens Bank, PNC, Bancorp Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People United Bank, U.S. Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Lake Michigan, USAA, Union Bank, NetSpan, MetaBank, MX Bluebird, Navy Federal, BBT, Wood Forest, Amex, Bluebird, also Bank America, Wells Fargo, Chase, H&R Block, and TurboTax. They paid on March 17th to some viewers, but countless others didn't get it. And we wondered, why didn't we get a stimulus check on St. Patrick's Day? Well, we knew something was percolating last Saturday when this channel exclusively, in a world series of exclusives, detailed that one viewer was hearing from Chase was going to be a big drop of new stimulus checks by direct deposit on the 24th. And second, another viewer heard it from Wells Fargo. Also, viewers from Direct Express were sending me the actual alerts that say it's coming on March 24th for them as well, the Direct Express card. So then this last Monday brought us up to the status quo until yesterday. The status quo on Monday from IRS was a shocking development. They said, you know what? We're going to do a second wave of direct deposits. Treasury, in a statement to news on Monday this week, said we're going to do a second wave of direct deposits, and they will be on March 24th. They said that some banks may release the funds before the 24th and the 23rd, but if you do not get a stimulus check by the 24th, Treasury said on Monday, it's in the mail. It's coming in the mail. When asked how many citizens would be getting it by mail and not by direct deposit, even though they got the first and second one by direct deposit, they said a large amount of them. So that's where we were going into yesterday. You're going to get it yesterday, the 24th. If you don't get it by the 24th, it's in the mail. What I told you going into yesterday was the big banks would likely pay you yesterday, the 24th. And if you don't get it by the big banks, they're in the mail. And if you don't bank at a big bank, maybe a smaller bank like a credit union, you might get it today, the 25th. All very clear. And then, with half an hour left in the day, nearly no viewers of this channel were seeing that stimulus check appear. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of viewers saying, I didn't get a stimulus check today. What's going on? And with 30 minutes left in the banking hours on the East Coast, the White House, which of course is on the East Coast, released this video. This video is with Janet Yellen, your Treasury Secretary. In this video, the White House is touting the wonders of the Help Us Here tour. I want you to listen to the final 10 seconds of the video to see why this video is shocking. Let's listen to it.
$1,400 checks, although they're not always checks and they're not always $1,400. The $1,400 checks. If you have a larger family, generally you'll receive more. A single person making $75,000 or less with no dependents will get $1,400, while a family of four will get 4 times $1,400 or $5,600. Most American households, more than 85%, qualify for these payments. To receive the money, most people have to do absolutely nothing. The IRS will electronically deposit into your bank account on file. We'll be working hard over the next few days and weeks to get this money out to you.
We will be working hard over the next few days and weeks to get this money out to you. Did you hear that? Let's play it again.
In weeks to get this money out to you.
That's not what Treasury had said on Monday. On Monday, Treasury said that the direct deposits would be done by March 24th, yesterday, and if you don't get it by direct deposit, it's in the mail. The new message from Treasury at the end of March 24th, with half an hour left of the business banking hours on the East Coast, over the next few days to weeks, we're going to start to get you some money in your direct deposit accounts. Viewers were shocked. Shocked. And this comes as the President of the United States has been going across the country, not to the border to see the immigrant situation, but to Atlanta, to Las Vegas, for the Help is Here tour, to talk about the help is here. The message from the White House has been very clear. His exact words, the President of the United States' exact words, is that passing a stimulus package means much of nothing if you don't get the money out the door to the hands. Guess what? His Treasury Secretary yesterday said the money hasn't gone out. What's going on here? It's called the Help is Here tour. The help is not here. In fact, the Help is Here tour needs a little bit of help. And ironically, I'm not the only one saying the Help is Here tour is not getting the help. Who else is saying that? Democrats to the Democratic president. And among them, the most important person to pass the actual stimulus check bill. It's Richard Neal of Massachusetts. If his name sounds familiar, it should. He was responsible for doing the biggest part of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. He's the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. If you remember this channel, you actually saw his notes and his revisions while the bill was in the House. He wrote the President of the United States. He wrote Janet Yellen, Treasury, and also Social Security this week a letter saying, we have an urgent matter that needs immediate attention. That's his exact quote. Immediate attention for an urgent matter. What is his urgent concern? People aren't getting stimulus checks. And this letter was written before the 24th. It was written on the 23rd that said people aren't getting stimulus checks. Let me read you the message. The American Rescue Plan was intended to provide much-needed economic assistance and stimulus to people across the country, immediately, and we're counting on your agencies to ensure that the beneficiaries are not left behind in the seamless delivery of those payments. Some of our most vulnerable seniors and persons with disabilities, including veterans who serve our country of honor, are unable to pay for the basic necessities while they wait for their overdue payments. This letter was written on the 23rd before this video from Janet Yellen yesterday that said, guess what? We're not delivering you the payments on the 24th. We're delivering them over the next few weeks when we get to them. I wonder what Richard Neal may have said when he saw this video, if he saw it at all. What's going on here? The president over the last 7 days has been appearing across the country with what's called a step and repeat. If you've ever watched a red carpet for a movie premiere, they have a backdrop that you purchase and you get logos put on it. He's actually had a logo designed for the stimulus package called the American Recovery Act. And he puts the logo on the backdrop of the step and repeat. He's paid over $1 million for ad campaigns to talk about Help is Here. The Help is Here tour. The help isn't here. In fact, the help hasn't even left. So where is your stimulus money? With the new video from Treasury, we now seem to suggest it never even left. Before the video was released, this was what we thought in the middle of yesterday on the 24th. That one, if you don't see it in the bank account by the end of the 24th, it's in the mail. But I was telling you, maybe add an extra day just to be careful. And you would go to irs.gov and track your stimulus check on the irs.gov tool, on the web's tool, and hope you get a result. Nearly about 80% of the viewers of this channel said the tool was delivering no results yesterday. Not unavailable, no information. To which we thought at the time, well, it's just because you're typing in the address wrong. It's a finicky tool. But then when Janet Yellen released this video, said, no, we haven't sent out the checks. It's perhaps the reason why the tool has no information about you is because they haven't sent them out. Which one is it? We don't know. And does Treasury actually know? In fact, a new report released overnight, actually late yesterday, said that Treasury is behind millions and millions of tax returns that haven't gotten to them from last year. So has Treasury prepared to deliver the stimulus checks on time? The President of the United States yesterday talked about the urgency to pass gun reform bills, talked about the urgency to pass a new stimulus package which would provide jobs and infrastructure across the country. But what he didn't seem to grasp is that the stimulus package that he has currently is still not landing. Earlier this week, Maxine Waters, Democrat, California, slammed the state of California, saying they have yet to really deliver the money for purposes of rent assistance under the third stimulus package. And then there's this. The Treasury was supposed to provide guidance to you about how to fix the $10,200 for unemployment benefits on your tax return. Hasn't done it. Treasury is supposed to provide you guidance how to request a missing stimulus check for third stimulus purposes. Hasn't done it. Was supposed to provide you guidance as to how to request or provide information about a child to ensure you get that $5,000 for a child 5 to newborn or $4,400 for that child 17 to 6. Hasn't done it. They're getting a little bit behind on a couple things here, don't you think? A little bit behind. And the tax returns are due May 15th. They only extended the deadlines 30 days, to which Janet Yellen was asked that during the House committees yesterday, 2 days ago. Why don't you extend the deadline? No, but they still haven't gotten to these problems. At issue is really a lot of concerns. And among the other concerns, ironically, is what the president has not taken care of as well. How about that eviction moratorium? It is set to expire within just a few days. Yes, that eviction moratorium is set to expire in a few days. Now, you may say, wait a second, this is a lot of things that aren't being taken care of. And it's a little bit, negative. But I got to tell you things that you're entitled to and that you can't get yet. You can't get that $10,200 for unemployment benefits yet because they haven't fixed it. They haven't fixed the other thing. I got to tell you, the eviction moratorium is about to expire. And I have to tell you that when the president was asked about whether he's going to do it by executive order, he had no comment. Things are a little bit piling up, don't you think? Yeah, they're just piling up the list of things you got to do, and he's just sort of not getting to them at the moment. Now, let me go to that irs.gov tool, and one thing that I want to go over with you, which is very, very important. The irs.gov tool, if you use it and it results with information for you, good. I don't care if it even says March 17th, because it does for some viewers, good. Let me go over all the scenarios of what that tool does and doesn't do and how it can help you figure out where you're going, because that is ultimately the eyes and ears to figure out where your stimulus check is. First, if the tool delivers a date and the date is in the past and you haven't got to the stimulus check, don't worry, that's good news, because they'll likely update the tool when the next stimulus check comes out. They have done that for a lot of viewers of this channel, where it says March 17th, you didn't get it, and suddenly the tool has a new date to it. So watch the tool once a day. Some viewers say if you watch it more than 5 times a day, it'll lock you out. So do it once or twice a day. Number 2, the tool does update itself. It does get updated. Does not get updated daily. There's a lot of gossip about how often it updates. I know that it updated on last Saturday, but it likely updates about 2 to 3 times a week. Number 3, if you go to the tool and it shows no information, don't worry, it may then show information for you shortly thereafter. Number 3, if it shows mail, check, and a date, and let me explain to you what that date means. Let's say it says May 31st and then a check and then mail. It does not mean the check is being mailed out on March 31st. If it says March 31st mail, it does not mean the check is being mailed out on March 31st. And it also does not mean that the check will land in your mailbox on March 31st. Rather, the March 31st is referring to the date on the actual check. So when would you actually get the check? You would likely get it 1 to 2 days before the effective date of the check, because IRS generally sends out checks a few days ahead of time to make sure you get it by the effective date. All right, then if you simply have no results under your name, there's a couple things you can do. First, go to some of the online apps that are free that can track whether you are typing in the address the official way under the Postal Service. If you are, and you still have no results, this is what I suggest you to do. Go into the irs.gov website by setting up a username and password, type, and then once in the website, you can do a transcript request. The transcript request will show the most recent activity on your account. That you can sign in and watch throughout the day because you're inside the website. And if it shows an economic impact payment of March at some date, that is great. If it shows nothing, then you may still be in the queue. Finally, there's a lot of strange narratives that are going to come out from everything that has now happened. And let me answer all those narratives right now. First, no one on SSI and SSDI have gotten stimulus checks. Untrue. A lot have gotten stimulus checks. Next, people who don't file tax returns are not getting stimulus checks. No, they have gotten some as well. No one on Direct Express has gotten stimulus checks. Also untrue. I did have viewers get stimulus checks from Direct Express yesterday. No one for veterans is getting stimulus check until everyone from SSI are getting stimulus checks. Also untrue. There's going to be another wave of direct deposits on March 31st. Gossipy, not confirmed, but it sounds like a logical guess. It's only a guess because they did the 17th, they did the 24th, and 7 days after the 24th is about the 31st. So, yeah, it is gossipy. It could happen, but we have no confirmation about that. Meantime, this is the most important thing to understand. Banks do not have your money. They don't have your money. The Treasury has your money. We now know, because of this video from Treasury, is that banks don't have the money. They're not sitting on and holding your money and waiting to give it to you when your benefits check pays at the end of the month. They're not holding and waiting to give you the stimulus on March 31st because it saves money on transaction fees. No, they just don't have the stimulus. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is the White House is going to have to explain a lot of things. One of the things the White House had to explain yesterday is why is the White House getting so many pushbacks at the same time? Yesterday, the White House was asked about 14 states suing the U.S. government and the president over a new policy about oil and gas. If this sounds very unusual in its timing, it is. Let me explain to you why this is so relevant to this channel. Because I don't cover oil and gas on this channel. Because the day before, the president met with oil and gas executives in the White House to discuss, the fourth stimulus package. The president wants to do an infrastructure bill in the fourth stimulus package and met with executives from oil and gas at literally the same time that the federal government's being sued in 14 states about some of its policies. And what was the response? Let's listen into this video from the White House addressing that concern during yesterday's press briefing.
Had a chance to discuss this issue at his level with the Chancellor of Germany.
I don't have any calls, although we do read out the calls that he does. So you would certainly know if he had a call with the Chancellor of Germany, I can assure you. So not a new one that I'm aware of that you are not aware of. We continue to believe it's a bad deal. I don't think we have an update on our policy position beyond that.
Okay, and then 14 states have now sued the administration over the oil and gas, over the pause in oil and gas leasing. What do you say to that, and how do you move beyond that? I mean, how do you, I realize there's a legal process, but how do you get your point across in this legal environment?
Well, I would say first, oil and gas jobs aren't going anywhere. The outgoing administration flooded the oil markets with cheap federal leases. This will not affect oil and gas production or jobs for years to come. And what President Biden has pledged to do is invest to create jobs and ensure America leads the clean energy revolution, which is where the industry is largely going anyway, where there is the greatest opportunity for job creation. He wants to create good paying union jobs, and that's something he believes and he's committed to doing. I think there's a lot of there is some misinformation out there about what this means, which is why it's not, I'm not saying from the media, I'm just saying in general. Again, there are oil and gas jobs that are out there. The existing leases will continue. He's really talking about future leases.
The president has, in the last 24 to 48 hours, dealt with a lot of strange items when it comes to forced stimulus. And viewers have asked me to give you my insight and my prediction about what's happening with forced stimulus. Let me explain to you where forced stimulus is right now. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's messier than bad cappuccino that's splattered everywhere. It's messier than bacon that has been overly done on the griddle. It's too crispy. It's a mess. It's overcooked. The president's forced stimulus package basically is opposed by almost everyone among the Democrats. And so I don't see how it's going to get passed the way he's envisioning it at the moment. He wants to do an infrastructure bill with stimulus. There's one group of Democrats that are demanding that there's reoccurring stimulus tax until the end of this pandemic, presumably about $2,000 a month, presumably about 6 months, $12,000 to $16,000. This would be money for you. This is absolutely money for you. That's the first group. They're saying, no, we're not going to support you unless this is in there. That's an easier one to fix. The harder one to fix, one group says we're not doing it unless you get Republicans to support your bill. No Republican wants this bill. Why? Because of the third issue. The third issue is the president wants to tax all these different groups to pay for the bill. And the third group says we're not going to support the bill unless the bill pays for itself. Well, the bill actually will not pay for itself, the White House confirms. He wants to tax inheritance tax. He wants to raise the inheritance tax. Everyone has a grandma or grandpa that dies, and you got to pay some taxes on that inheritance tax. This is a middle class tax, the inheritance tax. Most people don't have advanced, elaborate inheritance trust and wills to ensure that nothing gets taxed. And so raising inheritance tax hits the middle class. He also wants to raise the capital gains tax, which if you ever have to buy or sell anything, you understand what capital gains is. And finally, the wealth tax. So the forced stimulus really is not lined up correctly anyway at the moment to get its traction. Let me cut back now to the third stimulus check. Another tool, which I went over yesterday, that is very helpful for you to use for third stimulus is USPS's Informed Delivery. It's located at informeddelivery.usps.com. You can also just Google the words Informed Delivery. The website, which is bleeding through to the LALATE logo, which you see in the background, provides an incredible free service. The free service from the USPS is to tell you when mail is coming to you. If you have found any result on either the Track My Stimulus Check tool of IRS or the transcript tool that says a stimulus check will be mailed to you, this is very helpful because ultimately it can provide you information of when that check is actually arriving. The tool is free and it basically gives you a screenshot, an image of the front of the check and says, guess what? This check is coming to you from the IRS and you can see it ahead of time. A very, very helpful tool and one that was recommended by viewers of this channel. So what should you expect throughout the rest of the day? Well, this is where we are for purposes of that stimulus check. The $1,400 third stimulus check could still post to your account today. Today is only one day after the effective date of the check. So could small banks post it today? Absolutely. Could credit unions post it today? Yes. Could bank apps post it today? Yes. If you see a post to your account today, please drop in the comments. It really helps the viewers of this channel that you showed it post. If you showed it post today to your account, available funds, say the name of the bank and what time is available. Next, could it post to big banks today? Less likely, because big banks don't generally hold the funds an extra day. Could it post to Direct Express card? It could. It could post a Direct Express card, although it did post to a decent number yesterday. Meantime, could the IRS tool update itself today and suddenly show new information about either direct deposit or mailed? Yes. Finally, if you show an IRS tool that shows the 31st it's in the mail, or the 28th, or the 27th, or 26th, of which I had a lot of viewers who had this last weekend, the stimulus check is likely to land today. And there you go. So many details across the board. Also, late yesterday, Bernie Sanders released a new video. And in that new video, Bernie Sanders talked about what needs to be in the next stimulus package. I'll have more about that video. I'll also have the reaction across the board. As people await that stimulus check, the stimulus check remains now an anomaly as to why it was not delivered by direct deposit, where it is for purposes of mailed checks, why can people not track it, and why are so many few checks being delivered. Of course, the most confusing message of all of them is this one, the one from Janet Yellen, in which she says that the stimulus checks will be coming in the next few days. Why? Or that they're going to be working on getting them to you in the next few days and few weeks.
Count on file. We'll be working hard over the next few days and weeks to get this money out to you.
Help is Here is the name of the president's tour. The press tour with the backdrop says help is here. The help has not been here. And his Treasury Secretary confirms it's not coming here for a while. It's time for a little bit more specificity, hopefully, from Treasury. And hopefully, broadcast news will pick this up and run with it and understand, wait a second, a lot of people have not gotten the stimulus check. Take this video, tag your elected officials, go on social media, go on Twitter, Facebook, and say, hey, I didn't get the stimulus check. Where is it? Hashtag help is not here. Where is my stimulus check? Hashtag help is not here. Hashtag purple power, hashtag LALATE. Together as a family, we're going to get through this. I don't want you to fret. I don't want you to be negative. I don't want you to be depressed. You're going to get your stimulus check. I want you to stay positive, focus. Ultimately, sometimes I have to deliver news that's confusing to even me. And your reaction to that video from Janet Yellen yesterday said it all. Everyone was shocked. I was shocked. And hopefully, we're going to see some really good answers that'll get us to the finish line coming soon. For now, stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling. Don't keep anything negative. Keep it positive. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. Consider, let's see if we can get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 likes. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The link's at the top of the chat and also in the pinned comment. I'll see you later today on Mornings LA. Stay with me and stay informed.